You've dated the guy who says all the right things. Flowers, compliments, grand gestures on the third date. And then 3 months in, he ghosts. Or worse, you marry him and then find out who he really is. Here's the truth. Charm is easy to fake. Character isn't. So today, I'm breaking down the 7 real signs a man is husband material. The ones that don't show up on a first date, but show up in the small, unglamorous moments that actually predict a lifetime together. Stick around till the end, because sign number 6 is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most important one on this list. Sign number 1, he's consistent, not just charming. Let's start here, because this one trips up so many women. Charisma is a first date skill. Consistency is a marriage skill. Husband material isn't the guy who texts good morning every day for 2 weeks and then goes quiet. It's the guy whose behavior on day 200 looks basically the same as his behavior on day 2. Same effort, same respect, same follow through. Ask yourself, does he do what he says he's going to do? Not big promises, small ones. I'll call you at 7. I'll pick you up at noon. If those little promises keep getting kept, that's not boring. That's the foundation of trust. Sign number 2, he handles conflict like a grown man. Every couple fights. The question isn't if, it's how. Husband material doesn't stonewall you for 3 days. He doesn't raise his voice to win. He doesn't bring up your worst moment from 2 years ago just to score a point. Instead, watch for this. Does he stay in the room? Can he say I was wrong without turning it into a whole negotiation? Can he hear you're upset without immediately getting defensive? A man who can fight fair with you now is a man who can co-parent with you later, navigate money stress with you later, and still respect you when things get hard. That's not a small thing. That's basically the whole marriage. Sign number 3, he respects the women in his life. This one's simple and it's a huge tell. How does he talk about his mother? His sisters? His ex? His female co-workers? If every woman in his past is crazy, that's not a coincidence, that's a pattern. A man who genuinely respects women shows it long before you're the woman in question. Watch how he treats a waitress. Watch how he talks about his mom on a bad day. That's the version of respect you'll be living with in 10 years. Sign number 4, he's financially honest, not necessarily rich. Husband material has nothing to do with his bank account. It has everything to do with his honesty about it. Does he talk about money openly? Or does it feel like a locked room? Is he working towards something, a goal, a plan, a skill, even if he's not there yet? Or is he waiting for life to just work out? You're not looking for wealth. You're looking for a partner in building something. A man who's transparent about debt, about goals, about how he spends, that's a man you can actually plan a future with because you're not planning it blind. Sign number 5, he makes room for your life, not just his. Does your career matter to him? Your friendships? Your goals? Husband material doesn't quietly compete with your success. He makes space for it. He remembers the name of your coworker who's been driving you crazy. He asks how the presentation went. He doesn't need to be the center of every plan you make. This is the difference between a man who wants a life with you and a man who wants a life where you fit around him. Sign number 6, he's emotionally available, not just physically present. Here's the one people miss. A man can show up to every dinner, every family event, every vacation, and still be completely unavailable. Emotional availability means he can talk about fear, about disappointment, about what actually scares him for the future. Not perform vulnerability for a first date, real, ongoing honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. If the deepest thing he's ever shared with you is a joke about his childhood, that's worth noticing. Husband material isn't a man with no wounds, it's a man willing to let you see them. Sign number 7, he sees you as a teammate, not a prize. And finally, the biggest one. There's a difference between a man who chased you to win and a man who chose you to build with. One treats the relationship like a finish line. The other treats it like day one of something ongoing. Husband material talks in we. He asks your opinion before big decisions, not after. He celebrates your wins like they're his own, because on some level, they are. He's not looking for someone to complete him. He's looking for someone to grow alongside. Husband material isn't a vibe. It's not the way he looks at you across a candlelit table. It's a pattern shown in small, repeated, unglamorous moments over time. The good news? You don't need a psychic to figure this out. You just need to watch. Pay attention to the boring Tuesday, not just the perfect Saturday. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, which sign do you think matters most? And if you want the follow-up video on the biggest red flags disguised as green ones, hit subscribe, because that one's coming next week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.